All right, guys, happy January 28th. Good to see you guys. It's been an incredible start to the year. We'll talk about production in just a little bit, but really powerful opportunity last week that Kenny and I had going to the NASDAQ, being there for the opening bell ceremony. And you guys are seeing a lot of this, but we wanted to share this with you once again because it's some really big moves that are made in EXP. One thing that you guys are going to have coming soon, and once it's all released, you guys will know information about it. And what EXP is doing is they're partnering with a company that is an AI tool that's going to allow you to have a bot that's going to help you manage your inbox. So it completely integrate with your inbox, and what it will do is it will respond to emails, or at least draft emails for you, so you can say, oh, these are people who are hot, these are people that need my attention, and now here's all the drafts. And so it will prepare it for you based on the way that you have written your emails in the past. I think it's going to be a really cool way. Plus, it will organize all of your top people that need responses from you. And so that's something that's coming soon. So we'll talk more about that new AI integration. Two other things. You guys heard the news, or maybe saw the news or did not see the news, but I want to share with you. Real's #1 producer came over to EXP last week. Now, this is a conversation that's been in the works for many months. And this person was thought to have been unrecruitable, because here's why. She had built a downline of over 3,200 people over the course of the last couple years. And when you think about that, that number is in the millions. But she said she felt more aligned with the leadership of EXP, where the company was going, the tools, the resources, as well as the internal collaboration, such as our Fast Forward Movement group. And what's amazing about this is that she is uprooting everything and coming to EXP, and she's going to rebuild here. But she's also going to be playing a very big role and have an involvement in Fast Forward Movement. She spoke yesterday. She's doing this 7-figure income, how to build a downline, all these things. But her and Veronica Figueroa are going to be diving deep into our Fast Forward Movement group. So if you're not on those calls on Monday, I want to highly encourage you to get into those groups. And they also made another huge announcement of a guy named Abel. I forgot his last name, but he's in Miami, runs a very large boutique brokerage, and he brought his entire team over because of what EXP is doing, how we are showing up in the marketplace, and how visible and how people have proximity to the leadership at EXP. And so he brought his whole entire brokerage over. And so I think what we're going to see in 2025 is going to be an explosive year for us for growth and how we build our organization. And each of you have that same opportunity to spread the gospel of this company, to spread the gospel of EXP at large, and bring people into this amazing environment. So you guys, really exciting times for us. Kenny, wanted to go over to you really quick. Any thoughts, takeaways on that subject that you want to share with the team?
First, the tool that you mentioned, they're rolling out like in beta first. So I mean, if you guys want to sign up, you can do it right now, but they're releasing it to cappers. And second, I think the spring when they're 3,200 downline is going to start bringing people from other brokerages over. I think the main thing about like recruiting right now to these models, I was at EXPCon a couple months ago, is that these models are picking up a lot of agents from the traditional models, whether it's Intero or BXG or Sotheby's or Compass or whatnot. So people are always looking for a low cost model, a virtual model, a rev share, and a stock. So a lot of these companies are growing rapidly because that's kind of the wave of the future. And then the funny thing is like EXP loses a lot of agents to the other brokerages because once they are here, they that's what they want. But maybe they want something different. But similar with the model. But now I think this year you're gonna start seeing people coming from the other brokerages and start moving around. You see that within the ecosystem of side. I see it all the time with other teams. So it's a huge recruiting opportunity. Sales are on the rise this year. In the Bay Area, sales are way up in January. I have the Bay East metrics I looked at yesterday. So I think a lot of agents are going to look for options this year to save money and do more business. And it could be a good time to just introduce yourself to more people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you guys, speaking about sales on the rise, and obviously we'll talk about our own internal production. If you're an agent right now that is struggling, and maybe you come to coaching, maybe you're trying to tap in, but it's not clicking for you yet. What I would encourage you to do, and especially if you haven't achieved your first deal yet, if you're struggling right now, I would recommend that you go through FastCap. Enroll in FastCap. It is 6 weeks. What you're going to do is you're going to commit to certain metrics similar to intensity, but not as intense, but it's going to help make sure that you're doing all the income producing activities to get yourself into contracts. So if you want more information about that, go to Workplace, just search FastCap and make sure that you sign up. The next session is in February and it's a 6-week sprint. I highly encourage you guys to get involved in FastCap if your business is struggling right now. I'm going to turn it over to Carina. Carina, for a quick teaching moment of the week. So I'll turn it over to our Oracle with your teaching moment.
Okay, this is just a reminder to everyone to double check their customary guide for whatever the 2025 fees are for escrow, title, county, city. It all updates depending on, any changes in the market, who's usually paying for, whatever those fees are. So I'll drop the cheat sheet. This is county by county, breaks it down for you. Again, the 2024 one is outdated. There's a 2025. Also, we had the wonderful Jean Schrem through yesterday for the new laws and updates. I just dropped it in fast class, so if you didn't have a chance to attend yesterday, be sure to check that out. There's a handout with all of her notes, as well as our recorded session. So check that out, fast class, and let me know if you have questions.
Wonderful, wonderful. Love it. Appreciate you, Carina. I'm going to go over to Vernon really quick. Vernon, why is it important for people to go to events? You actually just got back from Inman. We don't have to talk about all the particulars, but if you can say why it's important for people to go to events and get that on their calendar, what would you say?
Birds of a feather flock together. So if you want to fly with the eagles, you have to hang where the eagles hang. And so investing in yourself and getting in those rooms to expand what's possible for you is exactly why you need to be in those rooms. It will be a great return on your investment.
And referral partnerships. Vernon actually has a client that is looking up in Seattle. We met a person that lives in Seattle, was I can help, and they synced up, and now he's able to get his client, linked up with that Seattle agent. So that in itself is why we go, is to make sure we have these referral partners, but also network and build our community. So really good stuff. I'm going to pull up something on the screen really quick. You guys have seen this, but I'm going to make sure that you all have access to this right now. Let me share my screen. 1 second. It is. All right, so we put this in Slack, but I want to make sure that you guys see this. This is one of the best slide decks that I've seen about EXP Explained. Walks us through some really, really good data, some really, really good stats and figures about the company. So I'll make sure to drop that in the chat down below. That way you guys have it, and let's get right into our escrows for the week. But before we do so, does anybody want to talk about an upcoming event they have? I know Liz Cerda has an event coming up. There's some type of dog event going on. So let's hear from you guys. Liz Cerda, let's go to you first. What's on the agenda? What's on the docket? What do you have planned for events, consumer facing or agent to agent? Let's go.
Yes, well, I'm super excited because I finally put it on the calendar like you've always suggested these past couple of years. So I finally got it on the calendar. It's called Rhythm and Real Estate. It's a women-centric event, but everyone is welcome. Since we know it's going to be a busy year, it's going to be a workshop in preventing burnout. So I invited my life coach. She's going to be giving the workshop. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun. We have great sponsors. One of them, the Money Store. Thank you, Stephanie and Ashley. We're going to have mimosas, bites to eat, raffle prizes, and we're also going to be giving back to an organization to prevent human trafficking. So we needed to bring in that community effort to give back as part of this event. So I'll see you on Friday at 11 at our headquarters in Oakland. I'll drop the link in the chat. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Really good stuff. And I'm glad that you said this. If you're thinking about putting together an event, just choose a date, fill out the form, reserve the spot, and then just work backwards from that. Stop sitting on this idea. And I don't care if 2 people come to your event or 200 people come to your event. Put it on the calendar, work backwards, and I promise you really good things will come from that. So good stuff, Liz. Let's go to D Bledsoe. Let's go over to you. Congrats on the new deal with Jacob as well, my man. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of 2 people coming to an event, I'm doing a book drive and community market on February 22nd at the Oakland office. The book donations will stock tiny libraries in different neighborhoods in Oakland, the tiny libraries that people have in their front yard. So we're going to leave a box in the Oakland office for people to drop off book donations as well before the event. And then 2 weeks from now, on the 13th, we have another volunteer session at the Alameda County Community Food Bank.
Now, D, is it all types of books?
Any books?
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Make sure that you guys drop off any books. I absolutely love this cause. Some really good stuff. Sarah Betchart, I'm going to turn the mic over to you for a quick introduction.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to welcome Anissa. She was interested in joining a team. So she's just looking at her options, and I wanted to show her how great Team Fast is. So she's on the call today. So say hello, Anissa.
I think she's trying to find that mute button, but hello, Anissa. Hopefully you find us cool.
Hola.
So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. She's having problems finding that mute button, but we will hopefully find it. And if so, I'll just take you or just give you the mic. But let me pull up the slides from this week and let's go here. All right, guys, let's present and then we'll get right into this. Boom. All right, guys, so it was a busy week for us, and let's get right into this. Pam Spivey and Samantha got in contract out in Newman for $390,000. So let's go to Samantha. I think I saw you on, and it was Samantha's birthday yesterday. So Samantha, let's hear from you. Happy birthday, and tell us a little bit about this deal and what you guys experienced in the market out in Newman.
So thank you. This deal we fell out like 2 weeks ago because of the inspections part for NACA's requirements. And my client was actually ready to give up, but I never let them. I obviously got a second opinion from Evelyn. Evelyn always comes through. She's my hero. And she was able to save it, and we got into contract with this one. So instead of NACA, we had to switch over to Evelyn to come to the rescue. And NACA's a good program, but what we realized, it's a little better for new builds than rehab homes, especially like built before 1978. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Hopefully you did something cool for your birthday. Happy 29th birthday to you. And congratulations, Pam, as well. All right, let's continue on. Patrick got in contract out in San Bruno. Salatute got in contract in Sacramento. And Roxanne, aka Honey Adams, got in contract in Fairfield. I see Patrick on. You were live and direct, my man. Talk to us about that San Bruno market. What was your strategy? What worked? Talk us through this deal.
Yeah. So I got this client off a door knocking after selling one of the properties last year. Actually just got back to me this year after emailing him a summary of the market about how there's different kind of statistics for whichever neighborhood you're at. Like, for example, Pacific Heights, there's an increase of 2.3% in value in homes, while in Mission is more 1.5, right? So a lot of the stats, and he really enjoyed that. Called me about 3 weeks ago and sent him a couple of the properties. He's actually shopping for his son. So, decided to bring the son along, got 3 condos in Shelter Creek that they really liked. And so what I did, all of them were listed at 440, 420 and up. And so what I did was pit those listings together. I told him that, hey, my client loves your condo, but there's these 2 other condos that we really love. So can you do this price, 375, blah, blah. So I kind of just brought down the price together. Ultimately, the one that they really enjoyed, the bigger space, was listed for 460, got it down to 400. So saved them a bunch of money on that one, and got a 3% commission first time negotiating that aspect too. So
Yes, I love it. And for the people in the back of the room that didn't hear where you got this lead from, can you tell them one more time?
Door knocking.
I love it. I love it, bro. Well, congratulations to you. Great job. Let's continue cruising on. All right, guys, next up on the list, we have Sunny got in contract in Oakland, and Miss Pam Spivey and Rakitha got in a contract out in Oakland as well. So congratulations. Pam, do you want to talk or do you want to pass on the talking?
I'll talk.
All right, there we go. There we go. Let's go, Pam.
So this is a NACA buyer, and I want to add that this is like an amazing market for NACA buyers. There's so many motivated sellers that are do whatever they have to do. Last few transactions, we get like $50,000 credit, $80,000 credit from the seller, putting together a NACA deal. Just want to throw that out there. But anyway, it's a NACA buyer, and we're starting this one with a $25,000 credit before we even ask for repairs. So it's just really exciting time, and that's the story.
I love it. I love it. And congratulations to everyone else. Congratulations to Rakitha. Make sure that we extend that to her as well. Next up, D. Bledsoe and Jacob got into contract, and Kevin out in the Manteca area got into contract as well. D, let's talk about this deal and tell me how you guys formed this partnership on this deal. Talk to us about the Oakland market, what you're experiencing at that 700 price point. Let's go. I see you got a couple new plants there too.
Oh yeah, no, just reposition, trying to get the feng shui right like yourself.
That's right. That's
But
right, brother.
yeah, this was a flex call. The buyer ended up sending me like close to 20 properties through text, like after I connected with him. And I was already out and about doing showings. And so I hit up Jacob because I shared a few other leads with Jacob just to see if he could try to help me revive them. And he's always down to help out and working hella hard. So I hit him up for this one, and I'm like, hey, they want to see a house out the way, and I'm pretty busy this weekend. Can you help me out? And he's like, yeah, for sure. And they went and seen homes. I think out in Antioch area, they decided the commute was too far. Ended up coming back to Oakland with their search, and so I helped them out more in this area. But just a really anxious buyer that we both are doing our best to help mitigate that angst. But ended up getting them in this house that was listed last year for close to 100 days. They took it off the market, put it back on, and within like 5 days of it being back on the market, we put in the offer at I think like 680, and ended up getting in contract at asking at 700. And I think we're close to like $50,000 in credits on this one for the buyer. So he's getting a huge deal on a home that's really sound, and we're just making sure again to walk him through this whole thing so we get to the finish line.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. And yeah, Charlie Hustled, aka Jacob, he's showing up, man. So I appreciate you guys. Congratulations to both of you. Let's continue cruising on. Brittany got into contract twice, once for 1.4 and once for 1.6. Walnut Creek and Pleasanton. Congratulations, Brittany. Love the price point. And let's continue rocking. Kevin and Vivian got in contract in Richmond for 550. Roxanne once again got in a contract for 599. Roxanne said, watch out, because I'm taking over this year. She's like, I was buying some houses last year, building my condo, doing all these things. She's like, I'm ready to take over. And so love this, twice on the board. Let's continue cruising on. George Martinez and Ricky got in contract in San Jose. Ricky, I think that this is your largest career deal. So I want to turn the mic over to you, my man. Talk to us about this deal. Talk to us about your partnership with George, and talk to us about the strategy. So let's go to you.
This one is kind of a crazy deal. It's a family member of mine who's getting rid of the house. So I brought George in to help me out with that. We were able to find someone to an inspector, guy who's going to basically rebuild the whole house. The house needs a lot of stuff that needs to get redone. And we're just basically in the process right now getting rid of all the stuff in the house. We kind of have like a squatter issue right now that we're dealing with. So we're going through all the process with that right now. So, but hopefully we'll be done with this month.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Heard nothing but good things from George about you, how you work, how you guys are operating as a team on this deal. So really good job. Congrats to you as well as to George. Jay got in a contract out in Pacifica for, let me move this box, 1.4. So let's see if Jay is on. No, he is busy being a father right now and out closing other deals, but congratulations to Jay. Ina and Sierra got in a contract for 2.2 in San Mateo. All right, we got to know the story on this, how you guys met this lead, what the strategy was, what is it like in that San Mateo market? So let's go over to you, Ina. Talk to us about this deal. Ina going once. I saw her. Sierra, are you here? Going twice? All right.
We got Sierra right here.
All right, cool. Sierra, hit him with it. Let's hear about this deal.
Hey, so this is an open house lead. We actually worked a San Mateo house, and we had great rapport with them, and we actually wrote on that house, but we lost out because the house went for about $700,000 over asking price, and our clients couldn't come up that far. But just nurture, and we're in contract now. It's amazing. It's great. I'm so happy. And not only that, but we're working with fantastic clients.
I love it. And Sierra, is it safe to say this is your largest career deal since you've been with us, correct?
It is, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congratulations to you. Well deserved. Well deserved. And we look forward to talking with you this afternoon. So congratulations to you as well as to Ina. Now, I want you guys to take a quick screenshot of this. This is what you guys were able to do thus far for the year, where we're at for units, where we're at for pending, and what you guys have been able to produce in this last week was 15, a little shy of $14 million in production. So I want to share something with you guys really quick before we get into the next segment of this, and looking ahead at some important dates. So let's go here. So I want to pull this up for you guys. I want to make sure that you RSVP, and let's go here. I thought that this timing of this would be really, really good. And let me share my screen again. Boom. All right, we're back up. And now here we go. So I thought with everything that's going on with TikTok and everything that's happening, I really want you guys to hear from Glennda Baker. So Glennda Baker is going to be our guest, and she is going to be our guest for Wednesday, February 5th. For Keep It Moving group coaching. There's a cool thing about this. You guys, I want you to RSVP so I can have an accurate head count, but I also want you to invite other people from other brokerages to this event. And so here is the Eventbrite. Make sure that you slide in people's DMs, you send this to them, say, hey, we'd love to have you out. Obviously, no pressure at all. Just invite them to come to this event. I think this would be a really great opportunity. If you don't follow Glennda, make sure that you follow her. And the great thing about this conversation is she'll have a conversation with us about taking all the engagement, all the leads, all the people that are raising their hand and talking with you on Instagram or any other platform, and how to move those people off of the platform and put them into other sources such as your newsletter, your news campaign. So I'm actually really excited to have Glennda Baker. She is somebody that has blown up her business because of social media. So highly, highly encourage you guys to not only RSVP for yourself, but share that with a friend in the industry that is not at our brokerage, then make sure that we pack the house. Any questions? Cool. All right, guys, let me go back to the slide deck here. Looking ahead, so make sure if you have not already, reserve your spots for headshots January 29th and 30th. And the great thing about this, you guys, is that you're able to keep your brand super, super fresh. Always go in, get new headshots, express different styles of your personality and intricacies of the beautiful human that you are. So make sure that you do that. And then you guys, we have our annual, and this is a big deal, especially if you haven't been with us since our last one. We do an annual year in review meeting. This is an award ceremony. This is our opportunity to talk to you about, the company overall, our milestones and what we've done and where we're going this year. So I want to make sure that you guys come out. That's going to be at HQ. It's going to be in lieu of this meeting. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have awards. We're going to have, some of you guys present, and just this is the time of year where we all come together. So my intention is that we pack the house. And so make sure that you guys are in Oakland on the 18th. And this is just going to be a really, really exciting time for us. And so a couple of the things that I wanted to share with you before we head out. Let me make sure I have this up. Was there anything else? Let me see. No, I dropped the link for our new slide deck. I dropped the thing for Glennda Baker. And actually, that was everything. All right. So before we close out, does anybody have anything that they want to share, update the people on, anything at all? Going once, going twice. I saw something over there. Kelly, is there something? No. Okay. Let's go to House of Mama-san.
It didn't get on the tracker, I guess, because we got into contract yesterday, but Aaliyah and I got into contract yesterday. We did an open house first open house weekend. We met some buyers that first-time home buyers, not even pre-approved, like super, super new. And got into contract right away.
I love it. I've seen more of you and more of Aaliyah on camera in the last 6 months. It's really cool to see like this evolution. I know what you've shared with us, that there was a time where you wanted to leave this industry and then you buckled down and you had your best year ever. So it's really, really cool to see what you've been able to accomplish. There was something that was said a couple of weeks ago by Nikki Miller, and it keeps on coming up. And I wanted to leave you with these two things. The first thing that she said was, have a day one mentality. You guys can go on Forbes right now and pull up this article that was written by Jeff Bezos about the day one mentality. The day one mentality means that we do things a lot differently. Remember when you were first in this business, what were you willing to do? How were you showing up? What were you willing to do in order to get that first deal? That first lead was your only lead. Like, go back to that day one mentality. And the second thing that she said a bunch of things that resonated, but one of the things that was most powerful is keep the schedule that needs to be kept. Keep the schedule that needs to be kept. Each of you should have an understanding of what to do every single week. You should have a calendar that you are sticking to, and it doesn't have to, oh, I'm going to make six hours of calls today. No, you're not. No, you're not. It's not even possible. You're going to burn yourself out. But if you can do 2 hours of concerted effort and do that calendar and stick to your calendar, I promise you so many great things will come from that. So keep the schedule that needs to be kept and go back to a day one mentality and say, how would I show up on the very first day of being in office? What would I do for my clients if this was my very first day? And how do I make sure that I always capture that day one mentality? Something really powerful that I wanted to leave with you guys. Anything else before we head out? Anything good for the order? Keep the schedule that needs to be kept. Absolutely, Vernon. Kenny, anything else before we close out? We're good? All right, guys, listen, have an amazing week. Keep the schedule that needs to be kept. We're going to be diving deep into the market tomorrow for Keep It Moving group coaching. Thank you for attending. Thank you for blessing, for holding it down while I was gone for 2 days last week. So you guys, let's do what we know that we need to do. That's continuously being in motion, taking action, and making sure that we're sticking to the schedule that needs to be kept. If you need anything at all, let me know. If you are struggling and you need some one-on-one coaching and you want to get closer with me and look at your business in a different way, feel free to get on my calendar, and I am down to have those sessions with you. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for all of your hard work, all of your grit, all of your determination, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Peace.